But I walked in, and I'm standing right out here with a friend of mine, and we're standing and we're looking at all this equipment, computers and everything. And honestly, there's a piece of machine out there right behind all those people that he and I have no idea what it does. It stands about this tall, and it's about like that, and it's technology, I guess, and don't understand that. But thank you for having me today. I have a question for everybody in this room from Erie. What building, when you look out in Erie, here and all over, has the most stories in it? And of course, you know what the answer to that is. The library has the most stories. I want to thank you, thank the mayor, Andrew Moore, the entire town board, and particularly to Mike Asimovich and to Janine Reed, our executive director. I want to thank also the architects, the Clip architectural firm, Kim DuBois and Paul Kastner, and to Paul Wimber, who is our owner's rep. I'm having trouble saying that. Of course, I had a little surgery up here, so now I kind of talk funny. Although my wife says you talk funny anyway, so. And my son thinks I'm an idiot, so at least here you guys think I know what I'm doing. I want to take a special moment to thank an individual that is in the back of the room. I don't see her at the moment. Wendy Weidenbach, are you? Weidenbach, there you are. Wendy, hold your hand up again for us, please. Thank you for your generous donation to this library. We appreciate that very, very much. From Encana, yes. You know, Andrew Moore, the mayor, has spoken about the history of the genesis of this library, and I think that's what's exciting, is to see the partnership that has been entered in. That partnership between the Weld Library District and Erie, I have to give credit to Andrew Moore because without that kind of leader, this would never have happened, honestly. There are two ways to approach life. One is with a little honey and the other one is with vinegar. And he knows how to blend the two, amazingly enough. So he's a good man. And thank you to Andrew. You know, when I look at all the work that was put in by this community, you know, I remember when they were out, Andrew was out actually walking the streets. He may not have gotten to your door, but surveying the population. Lots of work done, as Andrew pointed out, with legislators in this area to get bills so that the Boulder side of Erie could also participate. All of this work resulted in some pretty neat stuff right here. This is a pretty neat place. And you know, you look at all that work, and what do you end up with? This magnificent 20,000 square foot building that has the capability, I might add, thanks to the architects' planning, to add on an additional 10,000 feet. And I certainly think, given the way Erie's growing, that's not a maybe, that's just when, not an if. They asked me to say, well, what is the benefit of a library? But before I do that, I want to philosophize. I pontificate all the time at home, so I'll do it here too. But I want to take a moment just to philosophize a little bit about libraries, and everybody who knows me knows this is probably the one quote that I use over and over and over again, and it's a bit of a record that has a scratch in it, I guess, although we don't have records like that anymore. I turned 55 in December, and my son definitely thinks I'm an idiot. So anyway, I think, you know, we were at a meeting of the district, and there was a big debate about freedom of, you know, of literature, and there was a group fighting a book. They wanted us to take it off the shelf, which we didn't, by the way. And the reason this group was saying, you know, how many people, when our decision was not to take this book off the shelf because they thought it was pornographic, I might add, at the end they said, why didn't you do this? I mean, how many of us are going to have to come and picket your library and blah, blah, blah? And we gave them the answer that, you know, it's not that. It's an issue of freedom of speech, freedom of information, etc. And after they got done kind of giving us the what for and where to, a gentleman in the audience, and I always liked his last name. He's a former professor at UNC. His last name is, and he loves libraries, by the way, his last name is Bookman. And I thought that was a good name for a guy like that. But anyway, he said, you know, because these people were arguing that the library used to be a safe place, right? This gentleman stood up and said, the library is not a safe place. Okay? And we're all going up there, oh my God, where is he going with this? The bottom line is the library is a repository of ideas. In Rotary, we asked some exchange students to write